Hey, my vibrations. It's V to the I to the B to the mother of 5E. Back with more of Chapter 4 of The Power of Intention by Dr. Wayne Dyer. I missed yesterday. I apologize. Let's jump into it. We are at raising your energy level. Every thought you have has an energy that will either strengthen or weaken you. It's obviously a good idea to eliminate the thoughts that weaken you, since these thoughts are obstacles to creating a winning match with the universal supreme source of intention. Take a moment to ponder the meaning behind Anthony DeMello's observation in 1 Minute Wisdom. Why is everyone here so happy except me? Because they have learned to see goodness and beauty everywhere, said the master. Why don't I see goodness and beauty everywhere? Because you cannot see outside of you what you fail to see inside. What you fail to see inside is a result of how you choose to process everything and everyone in your world. You project onto the world what you see inside, and you fail to project into the world what you fail to see inside. If you knew that you were an expression of the universal spirit of intention, that's what you'd see. You'd raise your energy level beyond any possibility of encumbrances to your connection to the power of intention. It is only discord acting within your own feelings that will ever deprive you of every good thing that life holds for you. If you understand this simple observation, you'll curb interferences to intention. There's a vibratory action to your thoughts, your feelings, and your body. I'm asking you to increase those frequencies so they're high enough to allow you to connect to the power of intention. This may sound like an oversimplification, but I hope you'll try raising your energy level as a way to remove the obstacles that prevent you from experiencing the perfection you're a part of. You cannot remedy anything by condemning it. You only add to the destructive energy that's already permeating the atmosphere of your life. When you react to the lower energies, you encounter your own low energies. You're actually setting up a situation that attracts more of that lower energy. For example, if someone behaves in a hateful manner toward you and you respond by hating them for hating you, you're participating in a lower energy field and impacting all who enter that field. If you're angry at those around you for being angry people, you're attempting to remedy the situation through condemnation. Don't use weakening energies employed by those around you. Other people can bring you down if you're operating at the higher energies. Why? Because higher and faster energies nullify and convert lower, slower energies, not the reverse. If you feel that the lower energies of those around you are bringing you down, it's because you're joining them at their energy levels. Your unbending intention may be slim and healthy. Your unbending intention may be to be slim and healthy. You know that the universal all-creative spirit brought you into existence in that microscope dot of human cellular tissue, not to be sickly, overweight, or unattractive, but to create love, be kind, and express beauty. This is what the power of intention intended for you to become. Now go get this. Now get this. You cannot attract attractiveness into your life by hating anything about what you've allowed yourself to become. Why? Because hatred creates a counterforce of hatred that disempowers your efforts. Here is how Dr. Hawkins describes it in Power vs. Force. Simple kindness is to oneself, and all that lives is the most powerful transformational force of all. It produces no backlash, has no downside, and never leads to despair, to loss or despair. It increases one's own true power with exacting any toll. But to reach maximum power, such kindness can permit no exceptions, nor can it be practiced with the expectation of some selfish reward, and its effect is as far-reaching as it is subtle. Note that kindness is one of the 7 faces of intention. He adds further that which is injurious loses its capacity to harm when it is brought into the light, and we attract to us that which we emanate. The lesson is clear in terms of removing lower energy obstacles. We must raise ourselves to the levels of energy where we are the light we seek, where we are the happiness we desire, where we are the love we feel is missing, where we are the unlimited abundance we crave. By being it, we attract it to us. By condemning its absence, we ensure that condemnation and discord will continue to flow into our lives. If you're experiencing scarcity, anguish, depression, an absence of love, or an inability to attract what you desire, seriously look at how you've been attracting these circumstances into your life. Low energy is an attractor pattern. It shows up because you've sent for it. Even if on a subconscious level, it's still yours and you own it. However, if you practice deliberately raising your energy level by being cognizant of your immediate environment, you move rather rapidly toward intention and remove all those self-imposed roadblocks. The obstacles are in the low energy spectrum. A mini program for raising your energy vibration. Here's a short list of suggestions for moving your energy field to a higher, faster vibration. I'll write them down there. This will help you accomplish the twofold objective of removing the barriers and allowing the power of intention to work with and through you. Become conscious of your thoughts. Every thought you have impacts you. By shifting in the middle of a weakening thought to one that strengthens, you raise your energy vibration and strengthen yourself and the immediate energy field. For example, in the midst of saying something to one of my teenage children that was intended to make her feel ashamed of her conduct, I stopped and reminded myself that there's no remedy in condemnation. I proceeded to extend love and understanding by asking her how she felt about her self-defeating behavior and what she'd like to do to correct it. The shift raised the energy level and led to a productive conversation. Raising the energy level to a place where my daughter and I connected to the power of intention took place in a split second of my becoming aware of my low energy thinking and making a decision to raise it. We all have the ability to call this presence and power of intention into action when we become conscious of our thoughts. Make meditation a regular practice in your life. I had to get back to that. Even if it's only for a few minutes each day, while sitting at a stoplight. This practice is vital. Take some time to be silent and repeat the sound of God in an inner mantra. Meditation allows you to make conscious contact with your source and regain the power of intention by assisting you in cultivating a receptivity that matches up with the force of creation. Become conscious of the foods you eat. There are foods that calibrate low, and there are high energy foods as well. Foods with toxic chemicals sprayed on them will make you weak, even if you have no idea that the toxins are present. Artificial foods such as sweeteners are low energy products. In general, foods high in alkalinity such as fruits, vegetables, nuts, soy, non-yeast breads, and virgin olive oil calibrate at the high end and will strengthen you on muscle testing. While highly acidic foods such as flour-based cereals, meats, dairy, and sugars calibrate at lower energies, which will weaken you. This is not an absolute for everyone. However, you can detect how you feel after consuming certain foods. And if you feel weak, lethargic, and fatigued, you can be pretty sure you've allowed yourself to become a low energy system, which will attract more of the same low energy into your life. Retreat from low energy substances. I discussed in Chapter 1 how I learned that total sobriety was absolutely essential for me to achieve the level of consciousness I craved and was destined to achieve. Alcohol and virtually all artificial drugs, legal and otherwise, lower your body's energy level and weaken you. Furthermore, they put you in a position to continue to attract more disempowering energy into your life. Simply by consuming low energy substances, you'll find people with similar low energy showing up regularly in your life. They'll want to buy those substances for you, party with you as you get high, and urge you to do it again after your body recovers from the devastation of these low energy substances. Become conscious of the energy level of the music you listen to. Harsh, pounding, musical vibrations with repetitive, loud sounds lower your energy level and weaken you and your ability to make conscious contact with intent. Similarly, the lyrics of hate, pain, anguish, fear, and violence are low energy, sending weakening messages to your subconscious and infiltrating your life with similar attractor energies. If you want to attract violence, then listen to the lyrics of violence and make violent part of your life. If you want to attract peace and love, listen to the higher musical vibrations and lyrics that reflect your desires. Become aware of the energy levels of your home environment. Prayers, paintings, crystals, statues, spiritual passages, books, magazines, the colors on your walls, and even the arrangement of your furniture all create energy into which you're catapulted for at least half of your waking life. While this may seem silly or absurd, I urge you to transcend your conditioned thinking and have a mind that's open to everything. The ancient Chinese art of Feng Shui has been with us for thousands of years and is a gift from our ancestors. It describes ways to increase the energy field of our home and workplace. Become aware of how being in high energy surroundings impacts us in ways that strengthen our lives and remove barriers to our connection to intention. Reduce your exposure to the very low energy of commercial and cable television. Children in America use 12,000 simulated murders in their living room before. Children in America see 12,000 simulated murders in their living room before their 14th birthday. Television news programming puts a heavy emphasis on bringing the bad and the ugly into your home, and in large part leaving out the good. It's a constant stream of negativity that invades your living space and attracts more of the same into your life. Violence is the main ingredient of television entertainment, interspersed with commercial breaks sponsored by the huge drug cartels, telling us that happiness is found in their pills. The viewing public is told that it needs all sorts of low energy medicines to overcome every mental and physical malady known to humankind. My conclusion is that the majority of television shows provide a steady stream of low energy most of the time. This is one of the reasons I've elected to devote a significant portion of my time and efforts in support of non-commercial public television and help replace messages of negativity, hopelessness, violence, profanity, and disrespect with the higher principles that match up with the principle of intention. Enhance your energy field with photographs. You may find it difficult to believe that photography is a form of energy production and that every photograph contains energy. See for yourself by strategically placing photographs taken in moments of happiness, love, and receptivity to spiritual help around your living quarters, in your workplace, in your automobile, and even on your clothing or in a pocket or wallet. Arrange photographs of nature, animals, and expressions of joy and love in your environment, and let their energy radiate into your heart and provide you with their higher frequency. Become conscious of the energy levels of your acquaintances, friends, and extended family. I'm going to stop after this one. You can raise your own energy levels by being in the energy field of those who resonate closely to spiritual consciousness. Choose to be in close proximity to people who are empowering, who appeal to your sense of connection to intention, who see the greatness in you, who feel connected to God, and who live a life that gives evidence that spirit has found celebration through them. Recall that higher energy nullifies and converts lower energy. So be conscious of being in the presence of and interacting with higher energy people who are connected to spirit and living the life they are intended to. Stay in the energy field of higher energy people, and your anger, hate, fear, and depression will melt, magically converting to higher expressions of intention. And I am going to stop there. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, we only got a little bit. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to finish it out. Monitor your activities and where they take place. Avoid low energy fields where there is excessive alcohol, drug consumption, or violent behavior. In gatherings where religious or ethnic exclusion and virtual prejudice or judgment are the focus. All of these kinds of venues discourage you from raising your energy and encourage you to match up with lower, debilitating energies. Immerse yourself in nature, appreciating its beauty, spending time camping, hiking, swimming, taking nature walks, and reveling in the natural world. Attend lectures on spirituality, take a yoga class, give or receive a massage, visit monasteries or meditation centers, and commit to helping others in need with visits to the elderly in geriatric centers or sick children in hospitals. Every activity has an energy field. Choose to be in places where the energy fields reflect the 7 faces of intention. Extend acts of kindness, asking for nothing in return. Anonymously extend financial aid to those less fortunate and do it from the kindness of your heart, expecting not even a thank you. Activate your magnificent obsession by learning to be kind while keeping your ego, which expects to be told how wonderful you are, out of the picture completely. This is an essential activity for connecting to intention, because the universal all-creating spirit returns acts of kindness with the response, how may I be kind to you? Pick up some litter and place it in a proper receptacle and tell no one about your actions. In fact, spend several hours doing nothing but cleaning and clearing out messes that you didn't create. Any act of kindness extended towards yourself, others, or your environment matches you up with the kindness inherent in the universal power of intention. It's an energizer for you and causes the kind of energy to flow back into your life. This poignant story, The Valentine by Ruth McDonald, illustrates the kind of giving I'm suggesting here. The little boy symbolizes the magnificent obsession I just referred to. He was a shy little boy, not very popular with the other children in grade 1. As Valentine's Day approached, his mother was delighted when he asked her one evening to sit down and write the names of all the children in his class so that he could make a valentine for each. Slowly he remembered each name aloud, and his mother recorded them on a piece of paper. He worried endlessly for fear he would forget someone. Armed with a book of valentines to cut out with scissors and crayons and paste, he plotted in conscientious way down the list. When each one was finished, his mother printed the name on a piece of paper and watched him laboriously copy it. As the pile of finished valentines grew, so did his satisfaction. About this time, his mother began to worry whether other children would make valentines for him. He hurried home so fast each afternoon to get on with his task that it seemed likely the other children playing along the street would forget his existence altogether. How absolutely horrible if he went to the party armed with 37 tokens of love and no one had remembered him. She wondered if there was some way she could sneak a few valentines among those he was making so that he would be sure of receiving at least a few. But he watched his hoard so jealously and counted them over so lovingly that there was no chance to slip in an extra. She assumed a mother's most normal role, that of patient waiting. The day of Valentine box finally arrived, and she watched him trudge off down the snowy street, a box of heart-shaped cookies in one hand, a shopping bag clutched in the other with 37 neat tokens of his labor. She watched him with a burning heart. Please, God, she prayed, let him get at least a few. All afternoon, her hands were busy here and there, but her heart was at the school. At 3:30, she took her knitting and sat with steady coincidence in a chair that gave a full view of the street. Finally, he appeared, alone. Her heart sank. Up the street he came, turning every once in a while to back up a few steps in the wind. She strained her eyes to see his face. At that distance, it was just a rosy blur. It was not until he turned in the walkway that she saw it. The one lone valentine clutched in his little red mitt, only one, after all his work, and from the teacher probably. The knitting blurred before her eyes. If only you could stand between your child and life. She laid down her work and walked to meet him at the door. What rosy cheeks, she said. Here, let me untie your scarf. Were the cookies good? He turned toward her face, shining with happiness and complete fulfillment. Do you know what? He said. I didn't forget a one, not a single one. Be specific when you affirm your intentions to raise your energy level and create your desires. Oh, I thought we were done. Hold on. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I guess not. Okay, so I'm going to stop right there. That story was so cute because he wasn't even thinking about only getting one. He was just like, I gave everybody one. So it comes into play. And it's beautiful when you can just do things for people and not want anything in return. And then when you get something in return, it does feel good too. Alrighty, guys, I'm going on 20 minutes here. So I think I filled up 2 days, which I missed yesterday. And here's today's video. And I'll see you back tomorrow for the rest of chapter 4 because it's long, baby. I think I read like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I read probably like 6, 7 pages, maybe that much, maybe a little bit more. But it is 8:56 and gosh. I may try to start editing the videos, but I'm not getting that many views, so I'm just going to do them the way I am now until somebody says, hey, can you edit these videos? because I'm just reading it, like, and it's coming out the way it comes out. So if I mess up, I'll usually try to go back and read the sentence over again so that it's a complete understanding. And I'm trying to read it the way I see it and how I'm thinking about it. And one of these days, I'll share my notes from a long time ago that I did on this book. All right, guys. Good night.